Sitting around the house, got nothing to do. I think I'll go fishing, scare away the blues. I'm going fishing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go fishing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good morning. Merry Christmas. Just kidding. It's not quite Christmas time, but I got a Christmas present I'm about to bust open here in a minute. It is September 24th. And we down here in Ponchatoula recovering from the hurricane just passed in August 29th, August 30th. We got all our power back last week, and we're still waiting on internet, so I haven't posted any videos. Got some Gatlinburg videos coming, posting soon. But today, I'm opening up a Christmas present from Fishing Specialties. It's called the Bow Ducer system, and that's why you hit the play button
Ducer
to watch this. This Bow Ducer system, I'm going to open up here in a minute and look at all the components in it. And basically, it's going to allow me to put my Garmin unit on my Ranger Bay boat down in Ducer and take it out of that boat and put it on my aluminum boat here in Ponchatoula and use it for crappie fishing and saltwater fishing, coastal and freshwater. I'm about to jump in the truck, run down South Louisiana and Ducer, Louisiana to Southern Exposure inland fishing charters.
Woo! Hey y'all, welcome back. 2 hours later, down in South Louisiana, Ducer, Louisiana. Got my boat hooked up. And I'm gonna show y'all exactly how I'm hooking up my Garmin, making it portable where I can move it around. And also, Fishing Specialties, Bow Ducer. I said Bow Ducer, it ain't a bow and arrow, it's a Bow Ducer. All right, y'all check out my boat and then I'm gonna show y'all the hookup. All right, of course I get down here and it's pretty windy, so I'm gonna put the GoPro on in a minute and show you how I'm gonna mount this thing. It's a 24-foot Ranger bay boat. My Garmin unit's in here, my transducer's in here. I got my black box DeWalt battery in here. I'll show you all of that in detail in a minute. My intentions are to have a mount here and also a mount on the front, so I can move the Bow Ducer from this area when I'm guiding and to the front when I am fishing solo for fun. So first off, I'm gonna get this box open from Colorado from Mr. Mike, and we're gonna separate everything in there and see what we got, and then we're gonna go to mount. That is a ram mount mounted to this Yeti. '94 SV. This is the Panoptix transducer. I bought it where I can do the perspective view and bought the perspective view mount, but Fishing Specialties has sent me a different setup that's going to go on the Bow Ducer. So we're going to get into that box and check it out. I wanted y'all to see this setup. Mounted the black box in here, and here you can see my adapter for my DeWalt battery, and then this battery, plug on there, and power the whole thing. Everything's going into this box.
Brian with Kansas Angling Experience. He's a guide out of Kansas. He's using a lot of ideas I got with the Garmin Livescope and using the DeWalt battery, which you'll see in a little while, to power the whole system up.
All right, let's get this box open, and we'll get the transducer mounted on the pole mounted to the boat. Again, I'm gonna have two locations. I'm gonna have one location right here, so when I am running charters, I can have customers up front and use the unit here. And then when I'm fishing by myself, I'll move this ice chest all the way to the front, along with the power supply and have my bow Ducer mount on the front as well, so I can fish off the front. So y'all stick around, we'll get this thing set up, checked it out, mounted, and I'll show you all the finished product after we get it all mounted. Stick around, this is gonna be fun. And yeah, it's kind of windy down here, so y'all gonna have to deal with the wind.
I got fired from my job, I'm always late. I don't care, I got my tackle, got my bait, I'm going fishing. Go fishing. Be my no good friend, just go fishing again.
These are gonna be nice. Kind of like push-pull clips, but a bow Ducer clip, so I can clamp it down and keep it secure. Telescopic handle. Oh yeah. Opening up a Christmas present, baby. I think we're gonna need that. It's gonna be sweet. This is going to be a stainless steel base plate. This is another stainless steel base plate. We're going to have one. Here. One on the other side, and this little bracket right here is going to be for my aluminum boat crappie fishing. Y'all gonna have to stick around and see the end of that to watch me mount that dude. I have an extension so it's a little longer, and a handle. Get back to that.
Got nothing to do. I think I'll go fishing. Scare away the blues. I'm going fishing. Go fishing. Be my no good friend.
And remember, as y'all watching this, I have a lot of extra parts because I'm mounting this system on two boats, 3 separate spots. So I'm going to have more hardware than you're going to need. Put that in there. 8 stainless steel screws. And we're going to mount this dude down here on the other side. 2, 3, 4. And this dude's going to come over the top. And this is going to be a sweet part of a rig. Alright, let me get in these directions and read these directions and make sure before I drill any holes I'll do this properly and make sure I know what I'm doing, and I'll get back to y'all in a minute when we start drilling some holes. Stick around, you're going to want to see the end of this. You're watching Captain Shoe Pick fixing to drill holes in his Ranger. Guide's Choice Outdoors. Okay, y'all, I took some time, looked through the manufacturer's catalog, familiarize myself with some of the parts. I'm going to show y'all some of the parts, and then I'm going to get to measuring it out and drilling some holes and mounting it. So let me flip this camera around and show y'all the parts. Fishing it out my little power box, and we're gonna run this down inside. Okay. All right, at this point I'm taking the Garmin perspective view mount off the transducer that I purchased separately. I don't think I'll need any of this hardware, but I'll save it for later. And what we're going to do is we're going to mount the transducer first to the pole, due to the fact that I'm mounting it in 2 spots and it's going to be portable, and I want to make sure this is done properly. So that's off. We're gonna need the ram mount up here with these 4 screws, 3 screws. Through this later. This adjustment will allow us to put it deeper in the water or take it out the water. We'll figure that out once we get the base plates mounted. Hey y'all, Captain Vic here. Sorry about the voiceover, but the audio quality was terrible with all the wind. What I'm working on here is I'm taking the Panoptix transducer wire plug in, and I'm sliding it from the bottom through the pipe and taking it out the top of the Fishing Specialties extension pole. You'll fish it all the way through. What you'll have to do is back out a couple screws that are in the pipe holding it together, pass the wire through, and then you can go back and tighten them screws. Once you get to the transducer about 6 inches away from the bottom of the pole, you mount the transducer to the ram mount. Then you'll mount the ram mount to the Fishing Specialties pole bracket, and then the bracket will screw to the pole. I highly recommend you refer to the user manual for a few little tips that'll make that easier, because if you think you're just going to pick up the 3 screws and match them up, it don't work that easy. But if you use the manual, check out the tips, it'll go right on. You also need to point the transducer in certain directions according to the handle, the way the handle's facing. But all those tips come in your user's manual, so just take the time to read it. Right here, I'm making sure that the transducer is secure to the pole, and then I'm fishing the wire through the handle. You have a set screw that you have to back out so you can pass it through over the pipe, and your transducer cable is going to come through the pipe. You're going to pass it through the handle, and then this grommet you don't want to shove on here tight. It's to protect your transducer cable from rubbing on the stainless steel here, on the aluminum. So you don't want to shove this grommet in tight before you run the handle on. This grommet passes through the handle. See, it'll pass through that handle. Leave it here. Slide your handle on. Then you're going to slide this grommet on to keep your cable from rubbing on the aluminum. I had to do some reading and rereading. Read the directions. This thing looks like you'll just slap it all together, and it is easy, but there are some tips and directions in the book that you need to follow. The extension pipe right here to make the shaft longer so I don't have to bend over does not go on the bottom. You do not add it to the end of the pole, or your transducer mount won't mount. And it says it in the book. Just read the book first. Your extension pipe goes up here to make the handle longer, so you don't have to lean over as far. All right, so I'm gonna push this grommet in, I'm gonna tighten this handle down, and we're gonna move on to the next step. I wanted to point this out clearly. Do not put this on tight until you have your handle on, or the handle won't pass over this plastic grommet. Slide this on, slide your handle on, then bring this back up, and you can see it. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next step. Fast forward a little bit. I'm gonna catch y'all back up to where we're at now. I'm mounting the base plate to the sub base plate, and the directions you say use masking tape. What you want to do is screw your base plate to your sub base plate, set it in position on your boat. I got one screw in it right now already. I got a head, and then put your down rod in your base plate and check it to make sure it ain't hitting nothing, it's clear and everything, and it's where you want it before you screw holes in your boat. I've already done all of that, checked it and rechecked it, and I've got one screw in it so far. Let me bring this. I'm back. Keep y'all from listening to wind noise. Right here I'm taking the bow Ducer pole with the transducer hooked on it, and I'm making sure that it clears the edge of the boat. You'll notice I have black electrical tape because I didn't have masking tape, and I marked a 90-degree inside corner on the sub base plate. Double checked to see if I had clearance, and then once I noticed I did, I used the electrical tape for my guide and set the sub base plate up against the electrical tape, drilled a small pilot hole with a drill bit, and then screwed the stainless steel screws supplied by Fishing Specialties to hold the sub base plate down. Before I put the second screw in, I put the pole back on it to make sure it's at the angle I want it to be, double checking it, and then put the second screw in, drilling a pilot hole, and then screwing the stainless steel screw all the way down to hold the sub base plate tight. And then use the plastic breakaway bolt supplied to bolt the base plate to the sub base plate. Hey y'all, had a chance today to use my new Garmin Livescope with my Fishing Specialties bow Ducer transducer system.
Pictures what that is.
And it worked flawlessly. Installed it yesterday and worked good. Let me go ahead and take y'all up front and give y'all a review on the final install and how I have it set up. In this box right here, I have a DeWalt 20-volt battery. I have my black box. I have an extra 20-volt battery in there. Everything runs out the side of here, which makes it portable. I have it on a ram mount. And then here's my system. And then I have one of the Fishing Specialties bow mount systems mounted here, where I can work it from this position and see the screen. And then if I decide to just lift up, slip it out, I got this bracket up here. Now bear with me a second. I can move this ice chest up to the front of the boat. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm trying to film, but I can move that whole ice chest up and be able to see my screen and then work my bow Ducer from up here. Anyway, the system worked good. I have one here, sub plate and a base plate. Sub plate is screwed on tightly. The base plate is bolted on with the plastic bolts. All my power is coming out of that box for the Garmin. And because my GoPros aren't working good, I'm one-handed, I would slide this ice chest all the way up and be able to work this unit from up here as well. Today, I didn't even put it in this bracket because I had customers up front. And I use this bracket. Show you all that again. Slide it in, set it in. And there's my unit. Had customers standing in front of the ice chest fishing, catching redfish today. There you have it. Fishing Specialties bow mount transducer pole with an extension and a telescopic handle. Y'all check out the second video when I get home back to Ponchatoula. I'll have it mounted on my 15-foot aluminum boat for freshwater fishing. And I appreciate y'all hitting the play button and watching this video. This is what makes it all portable. There's this little box with that DeWalt battery and a black box. And we'll just take that battery off. And I'm out. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm done. It's been a long day. Thank y'all for watching. Nice choice outdoors.
You know what? I think I'll try a cast right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I got a bite.
What? We gonna eat tonight?
Oh, let him go, let him go.
Oh, no more.
That's the hook.
Pull her in, pull her in, pull her in.
Oh, he got him.
Oh, watch, she has some big ones.
That was a big one, too. I got fired from my job. I'm always late.